This week on Outdoor Bound TV, we travel back to central Wisconsin for the final installment of the Wisconsin Food Plot Project. This season, we answered some of your questions about what equipment was used to plant our food plots and what management steps were taken in that all-important second year. Then we head north to beautiful Duluth, Minnesota, where we spend the day on Lake Superior fishing for trout with Captain Peter Dahl. Awesome buck.
That was a dandy.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Real Deal Mineral, MBS, Meyer Recreational Buildings, and Colby Chrysler Center.
This mineral is a game changer. I've put the odds in my favor. It's time to close the deal. I wouldn't change a thing. Finally, the buck of a lifetime. Real Deal Mineral. The results speak for themselves.
Since 1999, McCuskey Brush Service has been specializing in right-of-way clearing for power, gas, fiber optic, cable lines, and railroads. MBS is your complete brush and tree removal company, and we also clear woods roads and food plots. Whether working on residential tree trimming or commercial projects, MBS utilizes the most advanced equipment and environmentally friendly clearing methods available. MBS, clearing the way to reliable energy. Visit our website for more information.
At Meyer Recreational Buildings, you'll get a certified building experience where we assure you a worry-free, guaranteed, high-quality recreational building. Designed by outdoorsmen like you, Meyer Recreational Buildings are built with the highest quality American-made materials. Build with confidence. Build with Meyer.
My name is Jeff Meyer from Meyer Recreational Buildings. Call me today for a better way to build.
Visit our website at meyerrecreational.com and pick out your design today.
At Colby Chrysler Center, we know that spending time with your family is important. That's why we won't waste your time with any high-pressure sales tactics or extended service wait time. Just fair and affordable pricing on new and pre-owned vehicles, and honest, straightforward service long after the sale.
Ram 1500 Ford Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Not once, but twice. That's right, twice.
Whether you're from near or far, we want you to feel right at home at Colby Chrysler.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Welcome home to Colby Chrysler.
Hi everyone, welcome to Outdoor Bound TV. I'm your host, Kurt Walbeck. On this week's show, we head back to central Wisconsin for the final segment of the Wisconsin Food Plot Project, Year 2. Now we'll get a chance to take a look at what our food plots look like a few weeks after planting. And then we head to the shores of Lake Superior, where we get a chance to spend a little time with legendary charter boat captain, Peter Dahl. On last year's Wisconsin Food Plot Project, we took a typical central Wisconsin property and had the experts examine the location and develop the strategies for managing the property for better whitetail habitat and to provide some supplemental food plot locations around the property. You know, after the Wisconsin Food Plot Project aired last season, we received a ton of emails and messages from viewers indicating that they learned a lot from our panel of experts. But there was also many of them that wanted to know a little bit more about the equipment that we used and what happens after that all-important first year. So let's return back to the site of our Wisconsin Food Plot Project and we'll review what steps we took this spring when we returned to the test property and see how our plots look a few weeks after we planted them. When we returned to the site of last year's food plot project, we found that the weeds had taken over the plots where the annuals were planted last year. So our first order of business was to spray these plants with an overall weed and grass killer in preparation for this year's planting. Now the perennial plots of clover and chicory were beautiful, lush, knee-high plants. However, we noticed a few grass species making their way into the plots. So we consulted with our local ag co-op, and they suggested a grass-only herbicide that would remove these invasive plants and leave our clover unharmed. We then turned it over to our local Kubota dealer, Tim Rue from Rue Motors, to provide some much-needed maintenance to our perennial plots of chicory and clover by trimming the plants with a rotary mower to provide young, tender growth for the deer and other wildlife as we enter the fall season. We also sprayed the freshly cut plants with a topical fertilizer to give them a jump start on the regrowth. Now, once the annual plots were sprayed with a general weed and grass killer and given a few days to take effect, Tim used the rotary mower to mulch the dead grass to allow for an easy one-pass tilling of the plots and to utilize the dead grass as additional fertilizer in the plots. It was then time for Tim to hook his Kubota to the Land Pride forward tine tiller to mulch the dead grass into the soil and to prepare the food plots for seed. With a quick application of fertilizer and lime to correct the soil pH and nitrogen levels, it was now time to break out the new Land Pride all-purpose seeder to efficiently seed and pack our plots with one easy step. A special thank you to our local Kubota dealer Tim Rue from Rue Motors on all of his help with this year's Wisconsin Food Plot Project. Having the right equipment definitely makes our job much easier. Well, it's been a few weeks since we've planted our food plots, and I'm anxious to see how they turned out. So let's head back to central Wisconsin and see what the plantings look like today. In Plot 1, we planted Roundup Ready alfalfa to provide a year-round food source for the deer and other wildlife on the property. On Plot 2, we planted G2 All-Season Annual Mix to provide the deer and other wildlife a high-energy food source from now until late fall. And on Plot 3, we planted G2 Fall Finisher, an annual mix that will provide the wildlife a supplemental food source well into the winter months. We trust you've picked up some tips on how to better manage your property for whitetails and other wildlife, and hopefully we've answered some of the additional questions about what equipment we've used and what to do in that all-important second year. Now don't go away, because right after the break we head to Duluth, Minnesota, where we get a chance to spend a little time out on Lake Superior trout fishing with legendary charter boat captain Peter Dahl.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Rapala, Suffix, VMC, and Otter Outdoors.
Oh, there he is. Hey, you! Yeah. Fat boy, you can't get none of this. Look at me. I got moves. I go land, I go right, I go left again. Watch it. Oh, there it is. Psych! I'm so erratic, I don't even know where I'm going. Come on, Chubby Cheeks. Come on, Bucket Mouth. Come get some of this. I can do this all day long. Look at me. Watch this. Come on. Your mama's so fat that she can't get out the fish net. Ow! I'll give you that one.
Suffix 832 is constructed with 7 strands of Dyneema and a single strand of Gore Performance Fiber. It's the roundest, longest casting line in the world. It offers superior abrasion resistance so you can fish it anywhere. It's the strongest, most sensitive, and durable small diameter braid ever to hit the water. Nice fish, Brett.
Thanks.
Suffix 832. Always use the best line.
Really? You're seriously just gonna leave me in here?
Yeah, I'm fishing deep today, Ike.
Are you kidding me? These are perfect conditions for pulling big bass out of heavy cover.
Yeah?
Heck yeah! Try one of these Weedless Wacky jigs.
All right, yeah.
It has an offset hook and stainless steel weed guard. Whoa!
Oh,
Sorry, Ike.
flip it in there, and it's wacky action. We'll have you pulling out one fat bass after another. Please, I can't say anything.
The new extreme thermal shelters from Otter feature a new look and unmatched protection from the elements. The fully insulated Pro XT 1200 features a 1200 denier shell built for extreme conditions, while the Thermaltop XT 650 features a 650 denier shell that locks in heat and eliminates condensation. All extreme thermal shelters are built on Otter's legendary roto-molded sled and proven oversized square tube frames. The all-new extreme thermal shelters from Otter, built tougher, stronger, smarter.
We love to see the photos of the fish you catch and the animals you harvest here on Outdoor Bound TV. And this season there are some incredible prizes just for sharing your pictures with us here on the show.
Winning entries will be selected to receive great prizes, including an assortment of plastic baits from Woodcraft Lures, a professional fish mounting by Mike Liga Taxidermy, a rugged Yeti cooler from Petrick's Service Station, or the grand prize, a salmon fishing trip aboard the Grand Illusion 2 on Lake Michigan with Hosh Guide Service. You can submit your photos on the Outdoor Bound TV Facebook page, tag your picture on Twitter, or email your entry to photos@outdoorbound.tv. Be sure to include your full name and hometown with each entry.
And remember, you can't win if you don't submit your photos. Here are this week's Outdoor Bound TV viewer photos.
Hello, I'm Captain Peter Dahl from Happy Hooker Charters. I've been charter captain for 27 years here in Duluth, Minnesota, and I have a tradition, family tradition of captains and charter fishing covering 5 generations. Well, my grandfather originally, he came from Norway when he was 17 years old, and he held a captain's license for taking passengers for hire on Lake Superior and on the St. Louis River. He was issued a license by the Department of Labor, and the reason that it came from the Department of Labor was because there wasn't a Coast Guard at that time. Later, like in 1976, my dad bought a boat, and they were trying to think of a name for it, so one of my buddies came up with the thing. He said, "How about the Happy Hooker?" And it stuck right away. We operate here out of the Waterfront Plaza Marina, and we've been here since they put the docks in. I think it's 26 years now. We've been on the same dock. We take half-day and full-day trips out, and we're pretty much busy all summer long. So people want to go, if they want to go on a trip, they got to book in advance with us. My brother and I, we shared the same boat for about 8 years, and today he's chartering. My son Dave has been chartering now for 4 years. My son Dan been first mating for me off and on, you know, for the last 27 years. And my granddaughter is starting to first mate for us too now. So that makes the 5 generations. Well, Lake Superior has a pretty diverse fish population, and that the main species out here is the lake trout. And the lake trout find it the best habitat, possible for them. We also have been introduced species such as steelhead, brown trout, coho salmon, Chinook salmon, and Atlantic salmon. This time of year we're normally fishing surface or just slightly below the surface. So we're running planer boards, and this year we're trying a new camouflage technique, is we're camouflaging the planer boards to look like geese, so as not to scare the fish as much. We'll be putting out what we call board lines, and we'll be running shallow with stick baits like rapalas and bombers. And they only run maybe 3 to 5, 6 feet down, and that's all you need this time of the year. Downriggers will set probably down to about 25 feet at the most, because there's just a thin layer of the warm water on top. And that can be changed too by the wind. The east wind tends to pile up the warm water in this end of the lake and pushes the fish down deeper.
It sends up through the top through a transducer on the back of the boat for this transducer. It tells you the speed, the depth, and the temperature down below.
Today we're going to be going out probably in the neighborhood of 5 to 7 miles, depending on how the wind has changed the water conditions. But we have been catching kind of a mixed bag of trout and salmon, so we kind of can expect that, although the boats that were out fishing in the morning caught mostly salmon today. But we all know everything about fishing is subject to change, just like the weather.
Very nice.
When the fish gets closer, okay, I'm going to ask you to back up. What I want you to do is I want you to walk backwards all the way up to the chair. Okay. The idea is to get the rod tip back here so I can reach the fish with the net.
And that's okay. It's heavy.
Looks like she's staying down deep.
Yep. Very nice.
Lake trout.
Good. It's my favorite eater. Yep. She's thick.
Were you saying that was too easy? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that was too easy. I gotta start working out now.
Hey, he's in.
Oh, nice.
Holy cow.
That'll work.
Holy cow.
This time of the year we're looking for warm water, but not necessarily the warmest, something in the range of 44 to 52. And we have a lot of mud coming down the river, a lot of brown water, from all the rain we've had.
You can tell though, as soon as you get hit. We're at about 130 right now.
now she's heavier. All right, now she's fighting. There's not a lot of fight. It's mostly weight right now. Every once in a while she'll give a good wag, but just the back edge right there in the tail. She's coming.
Why I get called.
Coming back. This is a blast.
My calendar.
These guys catch nothing but big fish out here.
.net.
Bear, I know what you mean about
getting some sore arms.
Yeah, needed some sore arms.
Okay.
Needed to lift some weights before. We're at 40.
I think it's a 7.
Yeah.
He's going 7. He's going smaller than Barry's fish.
Yeah.
Got some flashing going on. All right.
Jump in there. We'll catch this one first.
Just a run. Yeah.
That's onto the rod to get here.
An official double, right? Fish is not in the, not in the cooler.
A couple of nice trout. This is the brown trout. This is a lake trout, and obviously the difference there. You got these little X markings on there. It's kind of similar to Atlantic salmon. It's got squared tail on the end, and that's the biggest distinguishing feature versus the forked tail on the trout. Besides the color pattern. Well, this is a pretty big size brown trout for Lake Superior. This is a bigger than average lake trout.
You only catch big fish.
Just big ones.
Yeah.
That's it.
Today.
Today, yeah.
Lake Superior kind of makes its own weather. And if you go 10 miles away from the lake, you might find a completely different weather. It's certainly going to be warmer if we have an east wind. The lake is a lot colder than the air. And when moist air comes down the lake, it forms fog. We can be out fishing and it'd be 80 degrees out there and sunny and calm, and within a matter of a few minutes, the wind can switch, and fog will come in, and we'll be looking for our warm jackets.
I don't know if you can tell or not, but the fog's kind of rolled in. It's gotten pretty cool. We've had to dress up a little bit because it's a little cool weather out here, but that's all right. The fishing action has been absolutely wonderful. Peter's been fishing these waters for a long time, and he certainly knows where they live. Can't wait to see what's on the end of this one. Oh, he decided.
Take two.
Changed his mind. He does not want to come on board.
Get it in there.
Boat.
In the boat.
Got a lamprey on
Look
there.
at that. Sure enough.
It's a runner too. Closest one here. Oh, there he goes. He's up top. He's up top. Backing up. Dang.
Oh, look at the color on that guy.
Back up. Backing up. Hey, all right.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm Captain Peter Dahl from Duluth, Minnesota. Outdoor Bound will be back after these messages.
Outdoor Bound TV is brought to you by Mission, HHA Sports, TrueFire Releases, and Rapala.
This is my life. The weekend warrior. No more production lines or deadlines. This is why I work 5 days a week. I need speed, power, precision. I expect no less than the best. This is my best. This is my chance. This is my mission.
Simple, efficient, powerful. Mission by Matthews.
Optimizer by HHA Sports. The Optimizer Lite Ultra, voted #1 single pin adjustable sight for 10 years running. The Optimizer Speed Dial for crossbows, to the yard accuracy with a single reticle. And the Optimizer Horizon, offering unmatched accuracy from both short and long range firearms. All Optimizer sight systems utilize range dial shoot technology. Ask for Optimizer at a dealer near you.
Well, Mark, I gotta hand it to you. I am loving my TrueFire Hardcore. I wouldn't steer you wrong, brother. Not only is this thing extremely accurate on the range, its features are deadly in the field.
What I noticed, whether you're sweating shooting does in the early season or shivering when that late season buck comes in, that jaw cannot come off that loop. I love my TrueFire Hardcore.
Wait, what do you got there?
That's a Hardcore forefinger.
Give me that.
Not this time, brother.
The TrueFire Hardcore, available at your local retailer.
Product and promotional consideration provided for Outdoor Bound TV by these fine sponsors.
What a fantastic lake trout. You know, we've had a great time here in Duluth, Minnesota aboard Happy Hookers Charter with Captain Peter Dahl. If you ever get a chance to get to Duluth, please look up Peter and come out and enjoy some of this great fishing. Folks, join us again here next week when we'll bring you more great hunting and fishing action from around the Midwest, around the nation, and around the world, right here on Outdoor Bound TV. What a great fish.
I only screw up when I'm ad-libbing. And of course, you know what the rubber chicken is for. Keeps the aliens away. Kala is the Finnish word for fish, calling for the fish in Finnish. And it kind of goes like this. Kala, kala, kala! It hasn't failed yet. You know, the only time it doesn't work is if you don't wait long enough.